I am the voice of the storm, where truth is born, thunder in my chest and fire in my form.
When entertainment becomes sacrifice. Boxing has been loved for centuries, from dusty local gyms to global stadiums, from street corners to million-dollar arenas. It has created heroes, it has created wealth, it has created national pride. But today, I want to ask a question many are uncomfortable asking. But before then, watch this.
What's with the uppercut? What's it? Bang! Look right on the chin. What a punch! The weight his hands up. The referee's on the front there.
This is dark rain, rise and reborn. Let the liars
At what cost? Because while boxing has entertained millions, it has also destroyed lives quietly, repeatedly, and most shameful of all, predictably. And today, we're going to talk about that. Not with anger, not with hate, but with honesty. Boxing, the normalization of violence. Let's begin with a simple truth. Outside the ring, if one person repeatedly strikes another person in the head, that's a crime, assault, felony, punishable by law. Inside the ring, the same act with the same devastating consequences is applauded. It is televised, sponsored, and monetized. The only difference is permission. And that raises an ethical question we rarely confront. Does consent automatically make something just when the consequences are permanent and often catastrophic? What about the bodies that pay the price? This is not theory, this is history. In 1982, Duke Kim collapsed after a fight and died days later from brain injuries. In the 1990s, Gerard McClellan suffered irreversible brain damage. Today, he lives blind, unable to walk or speak normally. In 2019, Patrick Day died after collapsing in the ring. In 1991, Michael Watson suffered a near-fatal brain injury in the fight against Chris Eubanks, requiring multiple brain surgeries and long rehabilitations. Watson spent 40 days in coma and had 6 operations to remove a blood clot. These are not isolated incidents. They are the visible tips of a much larger, darker iceberg. Many fighters don't die in the ring. They die slowly, the silent damage. There is a condition known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy. It is caused by repeated head trauma. Symptoms include memory loss, personality changes, depression, aggression, dementia, suicide, and here's the uncomfortable truth. CTE is not an accident in boxing. It is an occupational hazard. Even the greatest names were not spared. Muhammad Ali, celebrated across the world, spent decades battling Parkinson's disease, a condition widely linked to repeated blows to the head. If legends suffer this fate, what chance does the average fighter have? Who really profits? Now, let's talk about money. When two fighters enter the ring, they risk their brains, their future, their sanity, their lives. When the fight ends, promoters go home healthy, networks collect revenue, sponsors smile, another event is scheduled. If a boxer collapses, nobody cares. The system does not collapse with him. Another fight replaces him. This is not partnership. This is disposable labor wrapped in glory. And this is the pipeline no one talks about. Let's be honest. Boxing does not recruit from comfort. It recruits from poverty, broken systems, limited options, desperation. We are no longer talking about sport. We're talking about structured exploitation. This is the most common defense. They chose it. But choice without real alternatives is not freedom. It is coercion with paperwork. If the only escape from hunger is danger, then danger becomes policy, and we must follow the policy. Here's the thing, the hard question nobody is asking. So here is the question society avoids. If a system makes millions from what would otherwise be a crime, and the damage is permanent, predictable, and often fatal, should it continue? We banned public executions. We banned duels. We outlawed gladiator arenas, not because people didn't enjoy them, but because we decided entertainment should not require sacrifice. So, what about boxing?
The uppercut, watch it, bang! Look right on the chin.
This is a call
What a punch!
to consciousness. This podcast is not an attack on fighters. Fighters are victims of a system that glorifies their destruction. This is a call to reevaluate what we celebrate, question what we normalize, and ask who really pays the price. Because a society is not judged by how loudly it cheers, but how carefully it protects human life. If a sport requires broken minds to thrive, then the problem is not the fighters. The problem is us. When entertainment is built on irreversible damage and profit walks away untouched, it is no longer sport. It is sanctioned sacrifice. This is the words of the storm, and I am the voice of the storm. My name, Dark Rain McBlack. Today I spoke the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Before you go, I'd like to remind you, your subscriptions amplifies my voice. Your likes, comments, and shares help it echo further. If this message touches you, stand with me because I am you. This is the people's story, his story, her story, your story, and together it becomes our story. Thank you for watching.